Hey, what's up guys? Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and Ome Realty. So we're gonna do three things today. We're gonna go ahead and give you your mortgage rate update as of today, where the mortgage rates are standing. Number two, how many people actually became real estate agents in the year of 2020, 2021, 2022. It's actually pretty staggering. And then the biggest Achilles heel of, everybody's always talking about this whole inventory, low inventory. So what's the biggest holdup, and why did we all of a sudden miraculously have this big inventory holdup, and it's still continuing going on? Of course, in the pre-pandemic or during the pandemic, we understood that, because nobody was moving out, people were refinancing, the buying power became a lot better. People's mortgage payments decreased because of low interest payments. But let's get on with the mortgage rate update. We're sitting currently at 5/23/2022, and we're going to price out 5 different mortgaging products. It's going to be a 30-year fix, a 15-year fix, a 30-year FHA, a 30-year jumbo, and a 5/1 adjustable rate mortgage. And if you don't know what a 5/1 adjustable rate mortgage is by now, it is interest only, fixed for 5 years, then adjust every single year according to the cap and the rate on your product. Now, for up to 50% commission rebate on your next real estate purchase, 0% listing, or any mortgaging assistance, make sure you know the link in the description below. We do this channel mainly just to help people out, let you know options are out there. From 100% down payment assistance, you get 50% commission rebate. No other real estate company does that. So we got that shameless plug out of the way. Let's go ahead and get on with the mortgage rate update. 30-year fix will be sitting at 5.36%. That is 0.01% increase from one day ago, 0.01% better pricing than 1 week ago, 0.09% better pricing than 1 month ago, and 2.20% increase from 1 year ago. 15-year fix will be sitting at 4.79%. That is 0.01% increase from 1 day ago, 0.01% increase from 1 week ago, 0.03% better pricing than 1 month ago, and 2.20% increase from 1 year ago. 30-year FHA will be sitting at 5%. That is no change from 1 day ago, no change from 1 week ago, no change from 1 month ago, and 2.31% increase from 1 year ago. 30-year jumbo will be sitting at 4.75%. That is 0.01% increase from 1 day ago, no change from 1 week ago, 0.13% increase from 1 month ago, and 1.62% from 1 year ago. 5/1 adjustable rate mortgage will be sitting at 4.50%. That is 0.02% better pricing than 1 day ago, 0.09% better pricing than 1 week ago, 0.20% increase from 1 month ago, and 2.25% increase from 1 year ago. So the reason why majority of people become real estate agents, before they actually become real estate agents, before they become real estate, by the time you become a broker like myself, it's different. You've already been in the game for a little bit, 20 years and counting, 2 decades, it's a long time. Damn it, I'm old, but whatever. You think, you watch a lot of shows or this and that, and you're like, oh my God, these guys are killing it. They're making so much money. I could go ahead and sell a home. It's cool. You get to go to these fancy places. You get to put homes in contract. The fact is that majority of real estate agents fail. 90% of you will probably end up not doing this as a career because it is very competitive and it's very difficult, and for the sake of argument, you will end up losing. If we went into a listing agreement between you and I, the likelihood, just because I've done this so many times, and this will be your first time, and this is like in any career field, right? If I do something a lot and you do something a little bit, if I am actually doing good at it, you will never be able to compete against me, especially when I offer certain things that I do. Like if you and I walked into a listing appointment and you said, hey, I could go ahead and do this, it'll be 6% total, 3% buyer side, 3% seller side, and I said, hey, you know what, I'll do it for 0% listing fee. You don't even have to worry about that. Who do you think is gonna win? But the number of people who became real estate agents is a total of 156,000 people got their real estate license from 2020 to 2022, according to the National Association of Realtors. That's the only place where you can go to, is because National Association of Realtors is once you pass your real estate exam, then you go ahead and get your, your license for your multiple listing service, whichever multiple listing service that you have. Then you need your documents, so you go to the National Association of Realtors because they have all the zip files on that. But 156,000 new real estate agents in 2020 to 2020. That is a 60% increase. And it's mostly because people think that this is a flexible lifestyle. This is flexible, and I could do this and I could do that, and I don't really have to be anywhere at a specific time. And then and then you realize that this is like a 60 to 70 hour a week job. this is a very, very difficult career, especially if you're trying to get into like both markets on the real estate and lending side. Like myself, I'm a mortgage broker and a real estate broker. You're working a lot. You're getting yelled at a lot. You're on the phone 6 to 7 hours a day, you know, making multiple phone calls all day, every single day. And that's what the appeal of it was. The appeal thing that like everybody could become a real estate agent, and then you could just go ahead and start making a ton of money. And the collapse of 2007, to give you a little bit of comparison, in 2007, more than 250,000 people became real estate agents. That's... So whenever that people think that there's this crazy real estate market bubble or something like that, for some reason, majority of people decide that they want to go ahead and test and get their total real estate license. If 160, what was it, 156,000 people became real estate agents from 2020 to 2021. Makes you think about educational programs for new real estate agents. I really should probably think into that. 156,000, that is a ton. Okay. So the accurate appeal of it is, you know, making a sustainable living as a real estate agent is often like way harder than they got. Majority of people will never, ever get a single deal out of it. And if you do, you probably in the course of your real estate career maybe have like 3, maybe 4 total deals. And that's a far cry from what we normally do as far as seasoned veterans, like, because we just have more money than you, we have more buying power than you as far as ads go, we have way more people to go ahead and call. And especially if you're a broker like myself who owns a real estate company, you know, I have more people calling on representing my company. So whenever you're going, everything is going to say OMA Realty, this person's a real estate agent for this company, or Keller Williams or Remax or 21st Century, whoever it might be. But it's not that easy. Now, one of the things that majority of people also don't understand is that the commission structure. Whenever you're dealing with any type of real estate transaction, a commission is always negotiable. You can't put a fixed rate commission on any single transaction. So if you want to go ahead and sell your home and a real estate agent says, I'm going to do it at 6%, that's just a fixed rate that it's going to, you have to disclose that they are negotiable. So whenever you're thinking, hey, I'm going to get into this and, you know, I'm going to be making 3% off of this, and if I only sold like 2-3 houses a year, I'll be set, I'll be good to go, I'll make my $100 something thousand, whatever, boo ha ha. But that's not the case, because it's such a competitive field, and it's such a I mean, just think about it. 156,000 new real estate agents, new, not even existing, new real estate agents hit the market in just the past span of 2 years. It's a very, very, very competitive market. Now, what is the big, now as far as inventory list goes, is the inventory ever going to like rebound? Well, there is a serious lack of homes for sale in the last 18 months, and that's mostly because people aren't moving and they're not doing this, and interest rates were so low. But one of the things that is like really hindering a lot of people, or not developers, not people, developers, people who are actually in the building, is the restrictions and bans on actually getting permits to go ahead and build these homes and to complete and getting these inspections, because there's just so much of there's just a lack of them. Is there going to be more homes that are becoming up for sale? Well, they say, you know, economists will say that about 64% of prospective home sellers, now this is a span of a bunch of different platforms, a bunch of different data analytics companies, but about 64% of home sellers plan to list their home by the end of August, according to Realtor.com report. Now, Realtor.com report, they actually do the same thing that we do. We get our information from CoreLogic, or we get it from other things, as far as when are you actually going to sell your home. And these data analytics companies will go ahead and help us make the decision on where we need to go ahead and put our money in whenever it comes time to get to selling a lot more homes. So below $350,000 is the range for most people on first-time home buyers, and 22% anticipate the listing to be between $350,000 to $500,000, which is out of the realm of most people. Another driving factor, as you can see, is that the interest rates have increased, so that actually has decreased the total buying power of most people, which sucks, you know. And especially if the home prices remain the same, if the total inventory stays relatively low, well, we're gonna go ahead and I mean, you're just gonna be priced out. You're just gonna be paying a lot more in rent, that's for sure. Now, another big thing that's hindering the whole real estate market is also going to be these eviction moratoriums. Now, in majority of states across the United States, eviction moratorium is done, it's over. You want to know one place that's not? California. Here in California, it has been extended again. AB2179. It just got signed, passed into law, and it has eviction moratoriums until July 1st. So for anybody to actually think about, you know, where the real estate is marking, with eviction moratoriums still continuing, with people not being able to go and refinance homes anymore, which brings down the refinance markets, homes being overinflated, it kind of puts a little, like a chokehold on the whole entire real estate market as a whole, because we can't get to pre-pandemic levels. Until we get rid of everything pre-pandemic, we can't get away from pre-pandemic. It's going to take quite some time for us to go ahead and get. So for people who are thinking that there's going to be a housing bubble, or there's going to be this crash, or there's going to be some sort of escalation or alienation clause that's going to be in your contract that's going to go ahead and make you go ahead and pay your mortgage much faster, and alienation clause, if or escalation clause. There's people who think that there's something in a contract, and there is in some contracts it's actually called an escalation clause. An escalation clause, it just means that if, let's say hypothetically, right, you bought a house for $500,000, you put 20% down, your 20% down is going to be $100,000. Let's say that the real estate market takes a hit. You have your leverage at 20%. You have now you have a little bit of skin in the game. The bank has skin in the game. Well, if the real estate market drops, that means that your 20% conventional loan is not going to be in what's called good standings with your mortgage, because it's not at the original terms of what the appraised value of the house was. So whenever they do what's called a drive-by and appraisal, where they go ahead and just do what's called a BPO, broker's price opinion, that will go ahead and kind of, sometimes in certain markets, not in this one, it doesn't happen, but this is what actually did happen before, where we'd get a broker's price opinion, and then they'll do drive-by inspections on it, see what the house is, and I was one of those guys who did that. Those homes would then not fall under in the good standings of the contract, because the house is no longer worth the $500,000. So they'll make you renegotiate, and then when they renegotiate, the rate that you got beforehand will be different from the rate that you have right now, or you have to go ahead and come up with the 20% down. And then if you came up with the 20% down from the $400,000, like let's say it went from $500,000 to $400,000, then you have to go ahead and come up with the 20% down, which will be like what, like $80,000. That's not going to happen again. This is just a speculative thing, and I don't know why I even tossed that out there, but I had a conversation with somebody, and it was a terrible thing. Now, I don't know in different places how it happens. I don't know if Canada is different and Europe is different, if anybody else has these acceleration clauses in their mortgage contracts, but we sure don't. So another big question is, why isn't the market recovering? Well, the main culprit, the main issue with all of this behind the inventory short, as we just spoke about earlier, is the slow construction across the housing types over time. Today's supply chain issues and municipal zoning laws delayed new properties from becoming completed, restrict opening up for more properties. So what that just means that if, like, let's say you are zoned for, I don't know, like if you go to a hilltop and you'll be driving, and everybody's done this, you go driving and you're like, God, there's so much land here, you could build so much. Well, those are not zoned for residential, which will be R1, R2 residential zoning. They have to get rezoned in order for you to go ahead and build. So every municipality, they're kind of like they're taking their sweet time. So it's like, if there is land to go ahead and be built, and there are people willing to build on it, but the municipalities, the people that are actually able to go ahead and issue those new zonings, because they know that it's needed, because the land is not being used for whatever reason that it is, well, that's one of the big issues. So even though majority of construction has actually moved upward, and it's continuously keep moving upward, this is at a time where we don't have enough sellers to the buyers that we have, right? So to give you an idea, in 2022, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association, an estimated 1.71 million housing starts were in 2022, and 1.79 million will be in 2023, compared to the 1.6 million in 2021. Now, the only reason why I have to give those numbers is because the total of listings lost because of interest rates and all of that stuff, I think it was like $800 and something thousand. So we're still not at that level, considering like how many houses were being built in 2019 versus now. We gotta kind of just wait, see if everything is gonna get in an equilibrium, is to try to, like, you know, fix itself. Majority of people are thinking, and if interest, it depends all on interest rates. If interest rates do increase dramatically, the real estate market will kind of just stay the same, because nobody who can afford to go out and move out, everything is gonna go to stay the same, and nobody's gonna do anything. 2024 might be an equilibrium for all of us. We don't know. We're kind of like, as I'm gonna just tell you majority of the stuff, and I swear if anybody tells you that they do know, they're a goddamn liar. Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea. Nobody expected this to happen. Nobody expected this housing shortage. Everybody was like, you know, everybody was good. But if you like the content, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting below. Anything else you'd like to go ahead and discuss, or anything that you want me to do for up to 50% commission rebate on your next real estate purchase, 0% listing on selling your current home, or any mortgage assistance, link in the description below. Like, subscribe, comment. Till next video, guys. Peace.